Hi, I'm B. Welcome back to episode 7 of Wreck This Journal. If you've been following along, you know that I'm using this book for art prompts and experimentation. The first pages that I will be working on today are pages 32 and 33. Scribble wildly, violently, with reckless abandon. When I first started these pages, it made me think of those warning emotions like anger and frustration and fear and, like therapy art or whatever. So I did scribble out something, a little bit darker than anything else in this book. And I actually glued it in, but it was not what I wanted to reminisce on when I looked through the book. And I decided to take this a different direction. I started to think about in what way would somebody joyfully be scribbling with reckless abandon? Like it made me think of like kindergartners, how they're so excited that they drew their airplane or the monkey or whatever. And it's just this wild, violent scribbling like action that happens, but it's from joy and not from anger or malice or anything like that. And so that's what I tried to accomplish with these pages. I decided to go with frogs because when I was very little, I used to draw frogs all the time. They're mostly made out of circles, so it was an easy animal to draw. It's something that I could scribble out using, obviously techniques that I am aware of now as an adult, but in a way that I may have done when I was a child. After I've glued in the frogs, I ended up doing a bunch of scribbles around the outside and around the words as well, just to like really seal in that joyful exuberance. I like these pages a lot more, even though it's not as maybe artistically advanced as my previous art that I had glued on here. It is definitely more cheerful. It's definitely something that I would rather look at. I think these frogs are adorable and I think they just add a lot of joy. The next pages that I will be working on today are pages 34 and 35. Tear strips, rip it up. I had a lot of brainstorming. There were so many different ideas that I could have done for these tear strips, rip it up. I've seen a lot where they cut the strips that are already on the page and then use it on top of another page to create something, like a car wash strips or vines or a grass skirt or, just a bunch of different things that, when you move the strips aside or you push them aside, it reveals something else. And I really like that, but it made me think of the artwork where it's like the middle of the city and then they take a rip out of the middle of it and then suddenly you're looking at nature and like a deer or some magical land or something like that. And I like that idea. And I played with that for a while. Ultimately, though, I just decided I wanted it to be where it was like rips in the space time and having it be like a bunch of rips and just having, like a spacey vibe behind it. I don't know. Honestly, I just thought it would be cute. I decided I wanted to create a couple of children that were playing in puddles with their homemade paper boats. And, I think they turned out really cute. My husband says that they look kind of creepy, but they're not done in a style that I typically do. As far as cartoons, they are done. I was trying to go for more of a comic type style. And so it's not something that I would traditionally go for, but I think it turned out pretty well. I think even though they are a little, it's not my best work, I still think they're really cute. And I think they show like their own unique styles and things like that. Because I wanted them to be children and have that like playfulness to them, I obviously had to add the stripes and the flowers and the stars and like the mismatched clothing that children wear and have their raincoats be super oversized. Originally, I did play with having her rain boots, the girl jumping, having her rain boots be super oversized and like almost falling off as she jumped, which was pretty cute. But ultimately, I thought it was a bit distracting from the rest of the composition. So I did change it just so they would be the right size and that she was just jumping. I do think that this turned out really cute and they are different than other tear strip rip it up pages that I have seen. It's just done a little bit differently. And I like that I challenged myself instead of just cutting the strips from that one page. The final pages that I will be completing today are pages 36 and 37. Glue, staple, or tape these pages together. For these next pages, I knew that a couple pages back I wanted to make a pocket for the pages that I actually poked holes in, and then for the pages that I used for my pencil rubbing page. And I wanted a pocket to like hold, that and other things that I know are going to come up. There's like a funnel and an airplane and things like that that get cut out of this book. And so I knew eventually I'd want to add a pocket, and I thought this was a good place to add a pocket. So I just created an accordion on either side and glued that in, and then added a flap that could be tucked in so that way it would hold all of the papers in. Even if I try to shake it, those papers stay in, and I think it worked out really well. Obviously, it's not decorated. It's not anything beautiful or pretty or anything like that, but it is functional, and I think it's a great way to add a pocket into this without, adding one into the cover. These pages turned out really cute. I do like how I am experimenting with new things each week. I'm trying something new. I'm trying different styles. And, I'm proud of myself for not compromising with that Scribble page and for exchanging it out for something that would actually make me happy. Hopefully I can continue that going forward. See you all next week. Bye.